All right, let's start with your name and a general introduction on your background.
Okay, my name is Aidan Williamson. Right now I'm a college student at Ohio Wesleyan University. I'm studying pre-engineering, and I've been a true fan with open source ecology since about October or November, and I'm interested in collaborating with the team at Factory Farm.
Okay, so you're interested in coming to Factory Farm maybe sometime this summer.
Yes.
Um, okay, what kind of skills do you have that are relevant to the project at this point?
At this point, I'd say I don't have too many skills relevant to fabrication. That would be the object of my visit, would be to develop those skills. I have experience working with similar construction materials that they're working on the Hab Lab with, compressed earth brick, cob, that sort of plaster. Other than that, my main skills are just my ability to learn quickly.
Okay, yeah, I mean that's totally okay. It's fine if you want to come out and get some training. Let's talk about more of your interest in OSC in general. So what inspires you about the project and why do you feel like you want to work with us?
Well, let's see. I discovered open source ecology from an independent news website, zeitnews.org, and since day one, I've just been completely absorbed into the mission statement of open source ecology, um, trying to distribute this technology, open source. It, I think there's a real need for this kind of available knowledge. Right now, I'm paying who knows how much for my education, which will only really serve me to a small extent in the practical sense. Um, this this knowledge that open source ecology is creating and spreading is going to be essential if we're going to start to create a sustainable economic system. That's something that I'm very interested in is sustainable planetary ecology, and I think that the overproduction of all pretty much every good available on the market today could be addressed by letting people create what they need themselves instead of having to have others create it for them. And the technologies that open source ecology is working to create would serve as a backbone in a system where we create what we need ourselves. So that's really my interest in open source ecology is my own goal to be able to create what I need and live sustainably, as well as my vision of um, what other people could do with that technology too.
Okay, great. Um, let's talk a little bit more about logistics. Do you have time this summer, or when is your availability to be at Factory Farm?
So I started thinking about that this week. I drew up a little outline of what I think I might be able to do. This summer, I'm available from pretty much the middle of May until the middle of August. This is pretty much my plan A would be to come visit the farm. Otherwise, I'd just do some traveling probably. So I'm available all summer, and what I want to do is incorporate my work at Open Source Ecology into my education here at Ohio Wesleyan, because at the school they offer something called a theory to practice grant, where if I'm a pre-engineering student, I can work with a faculty member and other students and be funded by the school to do research and possibly even product development working with open source ecology.
Okay, that's great. Do you know the deadline for that?
That would be something that I would have to propose next semester for next summer for the next semester after that.
Okay. The problem is open source ecology is going to shut its doors permanently this December, and the project's going to shut down forever.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
I'm just kidding. No, that's great. I think that's totally legit to plan for next summer. It'd be great if we could do it this summer. But so you'd be interested in volunteering all summer, and then maybe
So
doing
I would be interested in volunteering. I could pretty much support myself.
yeah.
I mean, it is a farm, so I imagine that I would be able to get a few resources from the farm. But other than that, I can support myself. My goal would be to learn enough, to acquire enough relevant skills, and to be able to network with you guys enough to where it would make it a lot easier for me to propose this project to the college and get others on board here.
Others on board in terms of product development from the university and get those kind of resources in play, or what are you talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, because I could work across departments, trying to get enough collaboration to be useful to the project,
Yeah.
and we could work on any sort of whatever's needed at the time. I'm not sure what the Scrum board is going to look like then, but we would definitely be able to contribute to that and have our own funding for it.
So what's your background? What's your experience with Scrum and Agile project
I hadn't
management?
heard about it until it came out from you guys, the explanation of it. So I read up on it from you guys,
Okay.
read all about extreme manufacturing. And while I think it's really, really fast paced, I think it seems feasible to be able to keep up that pace
Okay.
as long as the support for the project keeps growing the way it is.
Yeah, we're aware of all these external factors, and we're writing a plan right now, so everything should be in hand. Have you taken a look at the Extreme Manufacturing Platform page yet?
I did.
Okay, what do you think about it?
It it looks pretty. I mean, it looks like it's a solid start. It is pretty much what you described it to be. It doesn't look like there's too much input yet, but just gonna try to pull that up.
Does it make
I,
sense?
I was able to follow it easily, and
Yeah.
it looked like it would be easy to contribute to it.
All right, that's good. That's good. We haven't. Our goal is to start on July 1st with one team going full blast on a single product. We're probably gonna go through and make a next level of the compressed earth brick press because that's a huge hot item. A lot of people want it. It saves people a ton of money, and we want to do it. There's actually a new level of prototyping that Dan Schellenberg is doing in Texas, and so we want to go through and make his blocks actually come out with less cracks and crumbles than the ones we were making right now.
Well, what's his soil type though?
That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, hopefully it works across, a spectrum of soil types.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's accounted for the difference in soil. I think what
Okay.
he's allowed for is what he said is he has a floating head that allows even pressure along the whole block, and
Okay.
the test results are getting that's a good question though. I mean, you can chat him up all day as you get more involved in the project.
Yeah. No.
And then we want to do more extensive documentation on that, and then I won't take up all your time with this, but it looks
I
like
have a lot of time.
it's pretty exciting. Yeah, well, Marcin's going to be watching this, and I don't want to waste his time because he knows everything I would say to you. But
Okay,
we can talk
yeah.
about it later.
Cool.
That's cool though, man. So okay, let's say you come to Factory Farm, and you're there for a month or a couple months on a dedicated project visit. You go in and you start pairing up with some of our senior fabrication instructors. You have the option of learning, maybe like some compressed earth brick housing construction or some permaculture and agriculture. Like from those kinds of options, and maybe some other like prototyping and research and CAD design or any of that stuff. Like, what do you envision an outline for your visit? What's the intention for your stay, and what's your day-to-day look like?
Okay, so I mean, honestly, I'd be interested in all of that, but since I have this idea for a collaboration with my college, which would be kind of like we we work in the with a scrum team maybe. I would want to gain the skills relevant to fabrication and design. So I guess you would say I would want to like follow the fabrication track, possibly, on the as it's described on the like the team learning page or the building a team page on the wiki.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if you're familiar with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would probably want to, I guess shadow a senior member until I feel confident on my own to be able to do fabrication. But in terms of my day to day, I think that would be dictated by what's needed. Because I'm what you would classify as unskilled labor at the moment, I would most likely just try to help out in any way that I can while also, learning something from that. If you're working on the CEV press, I would want to learn both the software design side of that as well as the, like the cutting of materials, the fabrication, the welding, and as well as a bit of the circuitry that goes on with that.
That's pretty cool. The circuitry side. Yeah, we were talking about how to handle that last night. I mean, Yunso, are you familiar with him?
I am. He's an inspiration to us all.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. So maybe he could teach you a lot really quickly, and then he'd be free to continue on the CNC circuit mill or whatever. But I mean, we'll work all that stuff out. How old are you, Aidan?
I'm 19 right now. I'd be turning 20 in the summer.
Okay. So this, what do you hope to get out of the project? Some skills. This is resume building.
Not really. I'm not interested in a resume. It's more, this is what I'm interested in. I can't see myself doing anything else besides learning this type of stuff and being involved in this way. This is a project that I feel really parallels my own images of sustainability and my own passions of self-reliance, and also like the kind of just the way open source is a very reciprocal like the system where you have end users giving feedback to creators and end users being the developers. That's something that I want to immerse myself in.
Yeah.
Starting now.
That's great, man. You're getting it. Okay, what about? Let's talk about like what your needs are socially. Like, how do you like blow off steam, and how do you what kind of communication styles work for you? How do you get along when conflict happens? Like, how would you just get along with the team at Factory Farm?
Well, it's hard to say. I think I have pretty good communication skills. I'm not. I know that I'm the least experienced out of anybody that would be there. So the 90% of the time I'd probably be listening, trying to make it all fit into a coherent image of what I'm doing. Communication styles, I don't know. I would describe myself as pretty patient, or I try to be very patient. So, I mean, that's my communication style, really.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah, that's good. I think that's a good first interview, honestly. Is there any?
Okay.
Do you have any other thoughts or things you want to say? Martin's gonna look at this sometime. No pressure. It's fine, but.
Yeah. Honestly, I can't think of anything now. If I do, I'll shoot you an email or send you it over Skype.
Yeah, great. Okay, man. Well, I appreciate your time. I'm gonna send this to Martian. It looks pretty good on my end. Um,
Okay.
I don't
Sorry
see
about the
any.
video.
No, that's fine. That's okay. Um, so yeah, we've got your contact info, and I guess just kind of hang tight. We'll get back to you.
Okay. I do actually have one question.
Yeah.
Uh, how long would a stay be if I was doing? I don't know if I'd be doing a dedicated project visit, but more like a kind of like a I don't know, I guess a learning track, kind of crash course kind of thing. But maybe eventually a DPV. I'm not sure how long would you say that a stay would be?
You could do it as long as you want.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought this was kind of like a bit more formalized, but
No,
okay.
no, we're it's less formal. We're building the Hab Lab right now. The 10 living units will be up and running before your semester's even over, and then it's just it kind of comes down to like how well you feel like you fit there and just the rapport of the team and everything. But yeah, you could. I mean, you might end up dropping out of college and doing this full time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be ideal, but okay. Well, take care, Aaron.
All right. Talk to you soon, man. Thanks.
Bye.